All right, so I put out on our story a few weeks ago on the Life Wide Open podcast Instagram, had some people voice memo in if they needed some advice. So
This is fun.
Wow, I love this.
This one's from Weston Hackbarth.
Dude, this is like a radio show.
What do I do if I'm riding my dad's brand new sled around the yard and I try to drift it and I slide it into a tree and it takes out both the skis? Do I call him while he's at work and tell him that I crashed his brand new sled? Or do I try to fix it before he gets home?
Oh, that's tough.
No,
It's just two skis?
You order the parts and then you call him.
Well, first off, you're not going to fix it if you took out the whole front end.
I love the trying to drift the sled because, like, if you kind of know, like, snowmobiles don't really drift.
No.
And when you try to drift them, they end up going, like, tipping over and whatnot. But, yeah, I guess if we learned anything trying to hide, your mistake from your parents, rarely ends well. If it were me, I'd, like, do what I could to order every part that I need and then be like, I broke it. I don't know if I'm capable of fixing it, but I ordered the parts already.
I feel like in any situation like that, you got to come clean. You're not getting anywhere, no matter what you do, by trying to lie or hide your way out of it.
I definitely wouldn't call him at work. I'd just wait till he gets home and be like, listen, I messed up.
Yep.
And I'm going to take full responsibility for it. I'm gonna try and pay for whatever damages I can, if not all of it.
One thing in this day and age, a new snowmobile, it ain't cheap.
Fuck no.
15 plus. So, like, that could be a factor, too.
It's easy to total a sled out, too.
Here's one from Dylan.
Yo, boys. Scenario for you. So I know you guys kind of live in a small town and have had some success. Just wondering kind of how you deal with other people's opinions or how people look at you. Does that stuff get to you or not really? All right. Peace.
It's a good question.
That is, yeah. I mean, we definitely deal with that. There's some haters, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd say general consensus, we don't let it get to us.
Yeah, we don't even care.
That doesn't
dude.
mean that it never does.
Yeah, we don't care
or
at
never
all.
has.
Yeah.
It's funny, though, because you don't see your haters until you have, like, a little bit of a bobble. And then they come out and they're like, oh, I knew they would fail or like this. So it is always interesting to see, like the people that actually have your back. If shit goes south for an instance, those are the real ones. But like any small town, like you're going to have like the small-minded people that like they clearly don't want to leave the small town and they don't get what you're doing and they want to just almost like hold you down. I think you're going to have that literally anywhere that you go. I think the less that you like give a fuck actually what they think, as long as like you're okay with what you're doing. Like if you're not confident in what you're doing, then you're going to let other people's opinions like get to you.
Yep.
But like when we first started making videos, I think back to it and like I can't believe that like we didn't care about what anyone said or like thought watching these like videos back, because it's like most people's opinions were pretty valid. Like it was like, stupid or like cringy and but like at the time it's like we didn't care and like didn't let that affect us one bit and we were so stoked on it. But yeah, I mean there was plenty of haters.
There's still there. So like here's an example. I'm not gonna out the restaurant, but there's an owner of a restaurant that we eat at frequently, and he's never said anything to our face, but he talks shit about us to other people, and they've told us, yeah, he's always saying whatever about you guys, and like from my understanding, he's just saying like, oh yeah, those guys are fucking idiots, like they're doing all the, whatever. But there's plenty of stuff he said, but we don't care, and we still even go there and eat all the time. In fact, my plan was next time I see him, just because I've been hearing more and more, is I'm gonna eat and I'm gonna go up and like when I'm walking, I'll be like, hey, it was great as always. Appreciate you guys, just
Exactly.
like
To kill him with kindness.
Really, because I'm sure he probably doesn't know that I hear that he's talking shit about us.
Yeah.
But yeah. So anyways, I mean, you just can't care. That's probably the bottom line on it.
It's easier said sometimes than done, but you really do. You just got to focus on whatever you're doing.
Dude, the only people hating are people that are below you.
Very true.
Up. Like nobody's ever like hating on someone lower than them,
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
the people winning aren't like making fun, like talking down.
Yeah,
on
or they're
other
scared
people.
because you're coming for them.
Yeah.
So.
That's the only other
that
reason,
does
I guess.
exist.
But yeah,
Yep.
true.
But yeah, I was gonna say
good
we
advice.
use this line as a joke and as a real thing. If one of the boys is like screwing something up they're doing, Ben and I might look at each other and go, some people just don't get it, man.
Yeah.
But then we also use that as a real term. Someone's hating. We're like, dude, some people just don't get
They
it.
just don't get what you're doing.
Yeah.
It is funny though how the tides always turn. Like
especially in moments of
The bobble. I liked what you're saying.
like the bobble,
But-
or when stuff isn't going right.
Yeah.
That's when
People are
they
quick
like
to turn.
quick to then you see their true colors.
Yep.
Let's hear another one.
I just graduated 3 months ago, high school. I've been working 50 hours a week, full-time, as a technician at a Ford dealership. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing with my life. My dream was what you guys have. I grew up as a kid always doing YouTube videos. Stopped doing it because everybody told me it was unrealistic. And now I'm trying to join the Army, and I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing with my life. It's kind of going to shit, and I don't know what to do, honestly. I haven't been able to get a girlfriend or nothing. Been single. My ex cheated on me one night. Long story short, I don't know what I'm doing. Love you guys.
That's tough.
dude, my advice to him is like 99% of the world doesn't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
this guy's actually doing something.
Yeah. It sounds
He's
like you're
working
doing
50 hours a week. He wants to go into the military. Like, both of those are extremely honorable.
It sounds
Yeah.
like he wants to make YouTube videos, but he's thinking he should go into the military
And it
because
does
he doesn't
sound-
know what he's doing. But you're right. Most people don't know what the fuck they're doing. We don't know what the fuck we're doing half the time, but we just figure it out as we go. And I think that is actually the biggest thing is figuring it out as you go. It's very easy to be like, oh, I don't know what to do, and then you just stand still. Nothing happens. But if you're like, well, I'm gonna figure it out as I go, and you just start, then you can at least get the ball rolling. It might be a slow roll at first or whatever, but at least you're doing something. But still, yeah, there's literally nothing wrong with what you're already doing.
Exactly.
I mean, working as a technician 50 hours a week, or going into the military, like both those great jobs, man. Like
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with that. But if you truly want to be a YouTuber, I would say that you should probably maybe keep working, but also start doing YouTube on the side and start evolving and building as a YouTuber. You know, it would start making videos and then focus on making the videos better and just study YouTube and figure
don't
out.
listen to.
Don't listen to the haters, man.
Listen to the haters a little bit.
And yeah, they could sit there and talk shit and say all that stuff, but if you're already doing a job, you can say, well, this is my hobby. I like doing this. Because if you actually do like doing it, that'll be the true testament. It doesn't happen overnight.
Yeah. Yeah. Shit. We worked this and another job for what, like 3-4 years?
3 or 4 years, we were
Yeah.
doing both, like working here at night, printing shirts, editing till 2 a.m, and then going to work the next day and or school or whatever you were in. But
Also, it's not as glamorous as like you would think that it would be. Like, it's not easy.
no,
It's like becoming, I guess, what's your pinnacle success like YouTuber would be. It's not like you're going to have everything figured out. You're not going to have no more money problems. You're going to be working way more than you already are right now. You're probably going to
thinking about it all the time.
You're going to be thinking about it all the time. You're probably still going to have relationship issues because you won't even have time for one. Like,
Yeah, that's
it's,
for sure.
it's not always better on like the other side of the fence. Like, the grass isn't always greener.
Truly, like, there's a lot of differences, but the only real difference is like you're working for yourself. Other than that, like, the work doesn't get any easier.
Yeah, I'd
But
say that's probably the most
One
glamorous
true-
side.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like being
Making
able to
your-
do what you want, make your own decisions. But as far as like feeling like you've like made it or like you're happier because you're now a YouTuber, like that's not the case.
Yeah,
I think
you're
it's
gonna
just
keep
doing whatever
striving.
you want to be doing.
And also, that's a good thing to mention. Not trying to discourage you from doing it, but behind the video that you watch each week on YouTube, there is so much more work and thought that goes into making these things happen than what you see. So like, and not trying to discourage you, and you'll learn that as you start going. If you want to make good videos and videos that are getting, high views, there's a lot more that goes into it than just being funny on camera when it's rolling.
Yep.
And the last thing I'll add, this obviously his kind of goal is to not be a technician at the Ford dealership. However, that among many other, like when you're working for someone else, it is worth walking the walk. So proving yourself with the work you do, it is worth saying to your higher ups that I'm working, like I want a promotion. You don't walk
you
in and
want
say,
more.
I want a promotion. But yeah, I think I forgot to do that too. Like you're just, when you're working for someone else, the boss is rarely ever going to come to you and say, hey,
I want to pay you
I
more,
want to
man.
pay you more. It just doesn't happen. So that's a big part too. Like if you think you're working hard and can show you're working hard, it's not insane to ask your boss for a raise.
And
or
hit
something.
up our boy Ken, because he's got a squeaky roof that he really needs fixed.
They're supposedly almost done.
Oh, on his Bronco.
Oh, yeah.
All
right.
What, his house?
One more.
Yeah.
Says, okay, this is a sticky one.
Oh.
We can't mention any names here because it's got to stay anonymous. But what would happen, or how can I solve this issue if I potentially fucked my best friend's ex-girlfriend and I haven't told him about it?
Yo, we're gonna let
That actually
Mike
goes
handle
back,
this
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Punch him in the face. Next one.
No, he already did it. He's gonna get punched.
To be honest, every situation is different.
That's a different
We don't
situation.
know what his friend's like, if he's a hothead or if he's a chiller or what.
Yeah, and like what their relationship was
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
Like how long have they been broken up for is a big thing. Like has he moved on from her? I mean, definitely hate to say it, man, but not a bro move. But I mean, there's nothing wrong with being sorry about it and coming clean,
For sure.
you know?
This is gonna be a lot better coming from you, because otherwise she's gonna hold
Yeah,
that over.
That's true.
And,
Somebody else figures out from somebody
It'll
else.
probably
That's-
come out, yeah, unless you're lucky. So then, I mean, if you don't say anything and then it comes out, definitely much worse than just coming clean. But if it's like a lot of time has passed,
Man, that is a sticky
man, if
one,
he's
though.
got an inkling that you did it and you did, and he's gonna it'll just never be the same. So you'd be better off just coming clean.
Godspeed, brother.
Yep. Yeah, I'm enjoying these. We should.
Talking to a girl, I already met her parents, and it's only been a week, but I'm not completely sure if I like her, and I'm going off to college, so I don't know, and I feel bad if I break things off with her after I just met her parents.
Man, if you're not feeling
If
that,
he's
just
not
end
head
it
over
now,
heels.
man.
Yeah, man.
As far as going into college, if he's not like head over heels, like can't stop thinking about her,
it doesn't
Yeah.
get any easier.
let her down easy, soldier.
Or you could just let it kind of play out and see where it goes.
Yep.
I mean, that's not
true.
to me. It's not that big of a deal, but I guess it's different. It's situational. Like me and your this girl's parents. Like if you just
Yeah, I
went
don't
like
think that's-
especially if you're in high school
Yeah.
and like you went over to her house to hang out and you were like, hey, not
Yep.
that big of a deal.
Yeah.
It's
In
only
the
been a
long
week.
scheme of things.
That's nothing.
For sure.
I wouldn't let the parents
Yeah,
hang
that's
up your
not a-
decision like
It's not that
that.
Exactly.
big of a deal.
I've heard that before, and people are like, "Oh yeah, like I met the parents like right away," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, around here we just call that like normal,
Like hanging out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like-
like
yeah.
going. Yeah.
nice to meet you," and then yeah, I don't think they.
I think maybe if you were older, let's say you lived in a different city and you meet this girl
You go
out at the
home.
restaurant and then you go
end
to
up
her
meeting-
hometown and like
Yep.
meet him and eat dinner. Like that's much more official, but like if you just, it depends on how you met him, which sounds like it was pretty casual. One
And-
week is nothing.
And they're in high school.
Dude's
so they're
just like-
younger.
Dude's just like, I don't want to be with her, but I already met her parents, so I'm gonna have to marry her. Just spends the rest of his life because 1 week.
But
The
as
parents meet him and they're like, that dude's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe
And he's
they're
like-
hoping it doesn't work out.
And the worst part was they were kind of mean to me. yeah.
I mean, obviously it's a tough spot, but I feel like you do a lot of maturing and growing in college, and it wouldn't be the worst time to be single or start a new
It's
chapter in your
situational,
life. It's
but yeah.
situational. Who knows what's going on? Maybe we're going to read that and they're like, we got married 10 years later. I don't know, man. But I wouldn't let the parents, that's the best advice. I wouldn't let the parents hold up your
Just see
decision.
where it plays out, man.
You
Just
two do your thing.
Don't take it too serious and see where it goes.
Mm-hmm.
No
Good
need,
advice,
no need
boys.
to make a solid right now decision. But
Damn, that was pretty fun.
yeah, I
was
like
fun.
doing
Good
that.
advice,
We're
boys.
gonna do that. I think from
Yeah, send in more. We have a Instagram, and just send in a voice recording of your questions or advice, or they don't have to be serious. They
Funny,
don't have to
whatever,
be about anything in particular, and we'll do our best to give you advice about it. And also, we have like 2,000 subscribers left to go, less than that, I believe, actually, to hit
1 million.
200K on the podcast.
High
It
hopes.
should be pretty sweet.
That would be
pretty
nice.
sweet.
We've been lingering at that 190 area for
Yeah.
a while now. So tell your friends, tell your family members, tell your friends' family members. Hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you guys next week. Thank you for listening.
Peace.
I mean, steal your grandma's phone at
Yeah,
Christmas.
we rip
even.
one of these
Yeah.
every week.